Okay, so when you're dealing with an injury, the last thing, I mean, the absolute last thing you need is the stress of trying to find the right legal help.
Mm-hmm.
And picking a personal injury lawyer, a PIL, it's one of those really high-stakes choices. The wrong one can cost you, fair compensation.
Or just years of headaches.
Yeah,
Exactly. We're trying to give you the confidence to turn that consultation into, well, a real interview.
right.
And if you can get clear answers in 4 key areas, you're pretty much set. Those are experience, fees and costs, communication, and then strategy.
All right, let's unpack that. The foundation has to be experience. And we need to get beyond just, are you a good lawyer?
Right.
You need specifics. The 2 questions you absolutely have to ask are, how long have you been practicing personal injury law specifically? And then what percentage of your practice is just PI cases?
Specialization is everything here.
Yeah.
You want a lawyer who just lives and breathes PI law, not some who, just dabbles. And it's not just about their total years. It's about relevant experience. You have to push them a bit. Ask them to share examples of cases that are very, very similar to yours.
Like this same type of injury or accident?
Exactly. And you need to know the outcomes. Their past performance is really the best predictor of how they're going to handle your future.
Okay, let's talk about the financial minefield here. Costs and case management.
Mm.
Everyone knows PI lawyers usually work on contingency. They get paid if you win.
Mhm.
But to prevent surprises, you have to drill down on upfront costs and expenses.
Yes.
Are you on the hook for filing fees or expert witness costs if the case, doesn't go your way? You need that in writing.
And this leads right into the biggest trap, which is all about accountability. You meet the senior partner in a nice office, but you have to ask, who will actually handle my case day to day?
Because it might not be them.
It's often a junior attorney or a paralegal, which is fine as long as you know that going in.
So what about this question? How many open cases are you handling right now? I mean, isn't a high number sometimes a sign that they're really successful?
That's a great question, and you have to distinguish between successful and just over-leveraged.
Okay.
A top lawyer has a great support team, sure, but if they personally have, say, 150 active files, you risk being the client whose call gets returned 6 weeks later. You need bandwidth.
Right, attention at those critical moments. Okay, this is where it gets to the money. Strategy and expectations. The approach here really sets the whole timeline.
It does.
You've got to know their strategy. Settlement versus preparing for trial. If they just push for quick settlements, your compensation might be lower. If they're trial ready, it's going to take much longer.
And connecting this to the big picture, that strategy talk helps you plan your life.
Yeah.
Ask for the typical timeline for a case like yours. Are we talking 6 months or 3 years?
A huge difference.
But the most critical question, the one you must get a clear answer on, is how they evaluate the value of your case. How do they calculate damages? If they can't articulate that, you're just walking in blind.
So after you've asked all this, you've gathered these hard answers, the final step is just comparison.
Mm-hmm.
You review your notes, maybe you check their professional ratings, and then, and this is so important, you have to trust your gut.
Yeah.
That feeling of comfort and trust is just as valuable as their credentials.
Indeed. If the goal is minimizing your stress and maximizing your compensation, just ask yourself this. Does the lawyer who gave you the clearest, most specific answers on case value and their own workload signal a better commitment to you? Or the one who just spoke in generalities? That transparency, that should be your non-negotiable.